I'm the Boomer.
And I'm the Zoomer. Welcome back to a new year. And
yes,
welcome back to the Boomer and Zoomer show. First and foremost, we do want to take a second to acknowledge the fire victims in Los Angeles. You know, it's terrible things that are going on with all the houses burning down. Just terrible times. So we kind of wanted to spread some light on how we can help out those fire victims. So do you want to touch on that, Fran?
Yes, well, Coldwell Banker is always looking to help the community. We do all kind of drives throughout the year, and this is no exception. So there's a local church in Apple Valley that's collecting donations, and they're going to take down stuff to the church in Pasadena. The name of the church is Redeemer Church. It's 22434 Nisqually Road in Apple Valley, and their phone number is 760-247-5891, and they're accepting donations tomorrow from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Definitely. And so some of the items that these fire victims do need pretty much as soon as possible are like non-perishable food items such as like canned goods, pastas, protein bars, stuff like that. And then also personal hygiene products like toothbrushes, toothpaste, soap. Nobody wants to go a week without showering.
Take so much for granted.
Exactly. And then also like baby supplies. A lot of these people weren't able to grab their diapers, baby wipes, formula, or even baby food. As well as pet supplies. You know, people need pet food, leashes, carriers, and then a lot of these people also, they weren't able to grab everything out of their house. A lot of them just left with the clothes they had on their backs. So if you guys could donate clothes, that would be amazing. Pants, shirts, socks, undergarments, everything, including blankets and sleeping bags would be amazing, and especially like washcloths and towels. So definitely, and like Fran said, you can donate to the church. We also have a drop-off box here in our Victorville location. So
at 12138 Industrial Boulevard, right off of Bear Valley Road. So we're also going to have, you know, a box where you could donate.
Definitely, and we'll be taking all of these items down to those victims to help them out.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
But on a more, I guess, positive note, the good thing that I see is people coming together. Humanity helping each other. That's the most important thing, because when 9/11 happened, same thing happened. Everybody came together. With a lot of these hurricanes and these horrible things that are going on, people do tend to come together. So that's the bright light that I see. It's unfortunate, it's heartbreaking, but something good will come, I'm sure.
Definitely. And so to kind of change the subject, you know, we definitely hope everybody's doing all right out there, and we believe that everything will get back to what it was eventually. You know what I mean? It's going to take some time. But we do also want to reflect about our local housing market. It is a new year, and we do want to talk about how much equity that you have gained in your home in the high desert in the last year or so. So Fran's going to go over last year's numbers, and then I'm going to go over December's numbers from, well, let me take that back. Fran's going to discuss 2023's December numbers, and I'm going to discuss 2024's December numbers. So let's start off, Fran. What was Apple Valley worth, the average home price in Apple Valley worth?
In Apple Valley in 2023, first of all, we had a whole lot less inventory. We had like 994 homes last year on the market.
Oh, wow, that's interesting, because so this year in December 2024, we've actually had 1,300 homes on the market. So we've had a little bit more. And then I've also seen in the numbers here that the homes are actually taking a little bit longer to sell nowadays compared to what they were last year. Do you know why that is, Fran, or what do you think?
Well, it took 37 days. Now it's taking 46. And again, that's the inventory. When there's less inventory, things tend to sell quicker.
Definitely.
So now, of course, there's more inventory, so it takes a little longer. But the market is still thriving. It's still good.
Definitely. So let's get back into these numbers. Another one I wanted to ask you about was my hometown, Hesperia. How was the numbers been so far?
Last year was you could buy a home for $450,000.
Wow, that's pretty good. So
what is it now?
In December 2024, the average home price was actually $479,000.
Wow.
So that's about $19,000 in equity you gained in just over a year.
That's fabulous. See,
on top of your mortgage payments that you're doing.
Correct.
Yearly. Awesome. What about Victorville?
In Victorville, we're looking at last year was $427,500.
Okay, so it looks like the market stayed pretty stagnant in
Victorville.
Victorville didn't go down at all, but it only went up a little bit. It only went up $2,000. So the average home price now in Victorville is $429,000.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So it went up a little bit.
Yeah. One I did see that went up a significant amount was Oak Hills in near Hesperia. Do you want to?
Oh,
what
wow.
was it in 2023?
Yeah, 629,500.
Okay, so that's pretty pricey. That makes it probably the most expensive in the whole high desert. Well, get this. So by December 2024, the average home price was $665,000.
Wow. So that's almost like 30 grand.
Yeah.
See? So you could have made $30,000 in a year. How in the world would you ever be able to save that kind of money?
Definitely.
Especially in this economy. So real estate is the key to wealth.
Definitely.
I really truly believe that.
And if you can't afford to get in at the 650 range, we completely understand. But have you considered Barstow as a great investment opportunity?
Barstow?
So last year, what was the home price out there?
270,000.
Okay, and then so this year, December of 2024, it's 290,000.
Wow, so
and then
20 grand.
So I remember in 2022 as well, it was down to 250. So it's been consistently going up. So
That's a
the
good
longer you're waiting to get into real estate,
Yes.
the more you're missing out. So if you can't start at that 400, 600 price range, maybe try to get in at that 270, 280. You know what I mean? So it's
Even-
something to think
even
about.
Silver Lakes went up from 392,500 to
400,000. Yeah.
So it's increasing in value as always.
Pretty much across the board, home prices are increasing pretty
Yes.
much across the board. But yeah, so it's definitely a good thing to think about. And if you guys are interested in just finding out some more information about, well, how can I buy a house? What do I need to do? Or maybe you have a house that you're saying, oh wow, I live in Oak Hills. I can sell my house for 660 grand. I bought it for 300.
Right.
So what we want to talk about next is sort of how to go about that. And Fran's gonna give you guys some information.
Yeah, if you contact either myself or Tyler, we're giving this wonderful, very informative and valuable guide on how to sell your home for the highest possible price in any market. A lot of people think that, you just put a sign up, you put it on the multiple listing, and it sells magically. Well, there's a lot more to it than that. So we want to introduce this to you and if you want to know more about it, please feel free. Our numbers are there. We're everywhere, social media. You could contact us.
If you want, we could even mail you the packets, or if you would like to come in our office, we'd be happy to hand them out to you. Or if maybe you're, not necessarily in the high desert region, we'd be more than happy to also send you a PDF copy of our guides. And so pretty much we have one for if you're selling your home and if you're buying your home, things to consider. And I would definitely recommend giving them a read if you're thinking about buying a house or selling your house. It's good to always be the most informed, isn't it?
Absolutely. And you can't sometimes really, trust like Zillow and Realtor. Well, Realtor.com is a little more on point, but like Zillow gives these estimates, but they're not really someone that went and looked at the property.
So I think what Fran's trying to say is, so all of these other websites that aren't necessarily having a professional realtor go out and physically look at the home, what they do is they calculate that, and we'll use Zillow for an example, that Zestimate. They calculate that by just comparing all of the similar houses in the area. But the thing about that is if you buy your home 10, 15 years ago and you've made some renovations, say you added a pool or you've done other things to the property, added some amazing grass, you redid the garage, those things, that Zestimate is not going to reflect those improvements. So that's why it's very important to reach out to a realtor and have somebody go out there and physically look at the property, assess it, and compare those numbers like Zillow is doing, but go more in detail and more in depth.
And those commercials, I want to buy your house all cash, all well and good if you're desperate. But if you want the most amount of money that you could receive, talk to us.
Definitely. And so what we're just trying to get across is the more information you have, the better position you're in. And that's why we wanted to go over another thing today, which is home warranties, or home inspections. So we've definitely strongly advise to all of our buyers that you need to get a home inspection on a property to find out what's truly going on with the property. We can go take a look at it. You can have your father come out and take a look at the house too, and he can tell you what's wrong with it. But until you actually have a professional break down every single thing in that house, then you don't truly know what's wrong with the property. And on the flip side, if there's nothing wrong with the property, fingers crossed, it's also very important for you as the buyer to go with your real estate agent and the home inspector during this inspection.
Yes.
So you can learn about your house, all of those little switches that you don't know what works. They can explain that to you. So
Yeah,
with that,
maintenance is huge. If you don't maintain your property, it's going to go down the tubes. And we have several different companies, of course, that we, have done business with that we could recommend. And what we're trying to institute now is to have it done before you find a buyer. So this way, if there are a few little things that you need to fix, you have it done.
So think about this, right? Say you're getting ready to sell your home. Your home was built in, I don't know, 1960, 1970.
Yeah,
It's an older home, you know what I mean?
Right.
You have a nest. You don't think there's nothing wrong with it, but you're really unsure. Say you know what I mean? There might be, the roof might be a little sketchy or something like that.
Yeah.
We recommend getting a pre-home inspection going into it. So that way you can know everything that's up front, what's wrong with the property, if there is anything wrong with that property.
Yes.
And then when time comes to accept offers and you're negotiating, you already have all of that information of, okay, I know what this house is truly worth because we already found out what's the, what's going to bring down the price or anything like that.
It's a powerful tool where you could give a buyer, hey, look, my home was inspected by a professional home inspector and it's a clean bill. So like a clean bill of health. Or if there's a few things that need to be done, and if it's not that major, books, we also have that Revitalize program.
Definitely.
That you're able to fix anything or update anything in the home, and then they get paid at closing.
Yeah, so with the Revitalize program, what we recommend is if say your house does need some repairs and you don't have that money up front, then we here at Coldwell Banker, we have a program called Revitalize, like Fran said, to where we can essentially spot you that money for those repairs, and then you would pay that money back whenever the house closes.
Yes.
And making these repairs on that property is crucial because that's how you get the most bang for your buck, by making these smaller repairs, things that are simple, cheap, quick fixes that will dramatically improve the value of your home.
Yeah.
But like we were saying, just information is what we're trying to spread to you, especially with these podcasts. That's the whole point of these series, and to spend some time with my good friend Fran.
Yes.
But with that all being said, we want to wish you guys a happy new year.
Yes, and we're praying for the victims, because I know a lot of people that live here have family down the hill. So but I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, definitely. But we also wanted to say, like, if you guys are trying to, if your guys' goal this year was to buy a house, reach out to us today, and we can work on getting that plan together, whenever it be. If you want to buy the house at the end of the year, that's perfectly fine, but let's get a game plan together so that way your goals can actually become reality. Right?
I agree, yay!
With that being said, Happy New Year's, everyone. Make sure to follow us on all of our social medias, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
She's the Boomer, and I'm the Zoomer.